Blues leave West Yorkshire with all 3 points after turning on the style against Leeds United. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on today's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place earlier on today at Elland Road in the Premier League between Leeds United and Chelsea, which Chelsea ended up winning by 3-0. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly I'm going to run you guys through the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of today's match against Leeds United. I am then going to give you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and as always I'll be breaking it down into the first half and the second half, and as well as this I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. And lastly I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the FA Cup final that will be taking place this Saturday at Wembley Stadium, of course, between Chelsea and Liverpool, with kickoff at 4:45 PM UK time. Such a strange time that is, but anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So we shall begin by taking a look at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of today's match against Leeds United, and as always we're going to kick things off by talking about the formation that he chose. And yes, it was a 3-4-3, and in terms of the personnel that was chosen by Thomas Tuchel, it was Edouard Mendy in goal. The back three was made up of Trevor Chalobah, who was stationed in the right centre-back position, Andreas Christensen in the centre of the back three, with Antonio Rudiger in the left centre-back position. So that was the back three. The midfield four, and of course I'm including the two wing-backs, was made up of Reece James, who was in the right wing-back position, Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic in the two central midfield positions, with Marcos Alonso in the left wing-back position. And in terms of the front three, it was made up of Mason Mount, who was stationed in the right forward position, Romelu Lukaku up front, and I do apologise for the noise in the background, and Christian Pulisic in the left forward position. So that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of today's match against Leeds United. Now, in terms of my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, I'm going to begin by giving you guys my thoughts on the first half. I have to say that it was a great start to the match from Chelsea, and I couldn't be happier with the way we started. Yes, I did actually miss the opening goal because I was busy, and I couldn't make it in time for kickoff, but I did end up seeing the goal when the stream I was watching gave us a replay, and I have to say it was a fantastic goal. Reece James got the ball down our right hand side and saw Mason Mount in acres of space in and around the Leeds United box. He then fed the ball to Mason Mount, and Mason Mount just hit it first time with his right foot. It was curling, it was hit with a lot of pace, it had a lot of power on it, and that made it unsavable. And Ivan Meslier, for the reasons I've just given you, stood absolutely no chance, even though the ball was hit towards the side of the goal he was covering. It was a great strike, and after that we looked to keep going, and we created some great chances. We saw some great crosses get whipped into the box. Marcos Alonso did whip the ball into the box a couple of times, but we weren't able to make too much of the crosses that Marcos Alonso put in. There was one cross that he put in where he was aiming for Romelu Lukaku, but Romelu Lukaku just couldn't get to it. It missed him, and that was slightly unfortunate. Romelu Lukaku, I'm going to speak about, did have some good chances. Well, I say good chances, but he had that chance where Reece James put the ball into the box from our right hand side, and he headed it towards goal, but it went just past the post, and Ivan Meslier was rooted to the spot. And that just told me that if the ball went on the other side, if the ball went or if the header went um, towards the other side of the post, that would have been a goal. I hope I made sense of that. But yes, that was a great chance. It's just a shame that the ball went past the post and out for a goal kick. But yes, that was a glorious chance and a rather unlucky miss. But yes, I thought that Romelu Lukaku looked good in the first half. He did have the ball in the back of the net, but it was rightly ruled out for offside. He got fed the ball um, and he lobbed Ivan Melier. It was a great finish, but it's a shame that it didn't count. But he did continue to look good. I thought his hold up play was really good. Yes, he did give the ball away a couple of times, but that's going to happen. That is what happens when you take risks, and you have to give it to Romelu Lukaku for the way he played. But yes, he had some good chances in the first half. We continued to control the game, but I have to say that Leeds United did press us pretty well in stages of that first half. They didn't really threaten our goal, but they did press us and they did force us to keep the ball in our defensive third for a fair period of time in that first half, but they didn't really create any chances. But yes, overall, yes, I'm going to summarize. Overall, before I summarize, I've just remembered that I've missed something. Um, the red card. The red card. For me, it's a red card. Yes, he got the ball, but he was not in control of um, he was not in control of um, of himself when he slid in the way he slid in. He I'll say it again, yes, he got the ball, but the way he just clattered into Mateo Kovacic and um, took him out and caught his caught his ankle is just ridiculous and definitely deserving of a red. When I saw it, I initially thought it was gonna be a yellow, um, but Anthony Taylor just gave him a straight red. He just gave him a straight red. But for me, definite red card, and I really hope that Mateo Kovacic is okay. I really hope he's okay because it's such a terrible time to lose one of our best players this season. But I'll elaborate on that later. But yes, Ruben Loftus-Cheek did come on, and I thought he looked decent when he came on in the first half. But overall, yes, I'm going to summarise. Overall, I thought it was a great first half performance. We were by far the better side, in my opinion. We probably should have scored more goals in that first half, but we move. In terms of my thoughts on the second half now, Leeds United did come out a bit more. They did make it a bit hard for us at the start of the second half, but we regained our momentum and we just turned on the style. The second goal just epitomizes us turning on the style, and I'm not going to get too excited because, of course, Leeds United were down to 10 men and we do have a very big game on the weekend. But, anyways, the second goal, absolutely sublime. Reece James feeds the ball to I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Christian Pulisic. He feeds the ball to Christian Pulisic. Do not quote me on this, by the way. And Christian Pulisic gives it to Mason Mount, who then flicks it back to Christian Pulisic, and Christian Pulisic just caresses the ball into the bottom left corner. And again, Ivan Melier was rooted to the spot. He had absolutely no chance of saving that. It was hit so well, and the movement was so quick that he almost looked as though he wasn't even expecting the shot, which is weird because um, I don't know, but it just looked as though he wasn't even expecting it to be hit like that. But it was a glorious hit and a great goal, and the finish, um, the way the way we passed the ball, the way we moved the ball in that passage of play deserved that finish. That's the best way I can put it. But yes, great goal. And after that, yes, Leeds United did have a couple of half chances in between the second and third goal, or second and third goals rather. But They didn't really threaten Edouard Mendy. Rafinha had a chance where he headed the ball, but it didn't really test Edouard Mendy at all. It didn't even go on target. But yes, they did have a couple of chances. I'm not going to go through them. Um, but in terms of the third goal, great goal. We win the ball high up the pitch. It gets given to one of our players. I can't remember who it was, but Hakim Ziyech ends up with the ball. He feeds it to Romelu Lukaku inside the box. Romelu Lukaku takes a few touches to get past the defenders who were just falling all over the place, and he ends up firing the ball into the back of the net, and that made sure of the points for the Blues. It was a great goal, and a thoroughly deserved goal for Romelu Lukaku, who I thought had a really good game. He was causing their backline all sorts of problems with his strength, his movement, his power, and his awareness and his passing, because all of that was brilliant from him today, and he could have had more goals. But yes, overall, thoroughly deserved win for the Blues. There was only one team in it. It was comfortable. We could have had more, but I'm just happy that we won. If I'm not mistaken, that was our first Premier League win at Elland Road since the year 2000. That's pretty much my entire lifetime. But yes, great win, and I'm so happy. But in terms of the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, starting off with the positives, and there are two of them. The first of two positives is that we kept a clean sheet and we didn't even give up a shot on target. And I have to give the players credit for that, because yes, Leeds United did put us under pressure at times, but we dealt with it very well. And again, credit to the players, credit to the way we defended. Um, but yes, that's the first positive. The second of two positives is that everyone turned up. I thought everyone had a good game, including the substitutes. Um, what else do I need to say? Everyone had a good game. Those are the two positives. Sadly, there has to be a negative, and the only negative that I took from the match is the very fact that Mateo Kovacic got injured. Honestly, it's such a bad time. Obviously, there's never a good time for a player to get injured, but the way Mateo Kovacic got injured, it's just, oh. I've not watched the post-match press conference yet, but it's not looking good. I mean, the way he got tackled just doesn't give me any sort of confidence in regards to him making it for the FA Cup final. But anyways, that's the only negative that I took from the match, and that is it for my thoughts on the match. Please do drop your thoughts down below, and I'll do my very best to respond. Let's move on. Now, to end this review, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the upcoming FA Cup final that will be taking place this Saturday at Wembley Stadium between Chelsea and Liverpool, with kickoff at 4:45 p.m. UK time. Honestly, I am so glad that we won today, because it will hopefully give the players some confidence going into the FA Cup final, and it will especially give them some confidence after the recent run of games where we've either looked good and haven't got the job done, or we've just looked average and haven't taken what we've needed to take from games. But yes, hopefully this win against Leeds United gives the players some confidence. Hopefully we build on the way we played in the game against Leeds United today. But yes, hopefully we win the FA Cup. We haven't won it in almost 4 years to the day, and this is a trophy that we don't even win that often. But yes, hopefully the Blues bring home number 9, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Roll on the FA Cup final. Thank you for watching. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. Come on, you Blues. Let me do that again. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. And peace.